In the heart of an old suburban neighborhood, tucked beneath the heavy veil of midnight silence, a single ring pierces through the darkness. It's an antique rotary phone sitting atop a dust-covered table, long disconnected, wires frayed and tangled. The sound is sharp, almost metallic, vibrating through the walls like a pulse from another dimension. Erin, a night shift nurse recently moved into the house, freezes in her tracks. She had bought the property for its quiet isolation, seeking peace, but now every beat of her heart mirrors that haunting ring. The display lamp flickers, casting erratic shadows that dance along cracked wallpaper. She approaches the phone, hesitant, recalling the realtor's warning that the house had been unplugged from the grid years ago. The ringing grows louder, unrelenting, vibrant with a low hum beneath the tone, something almost resembling a whisper. Erin swallows hard, reaches for the receiver, and lifts it. Silence. No hiss, no static, nothing. Not a voice, not even the ghostly crackle of an old landline. Then a breath, drawn, slow, intimate, trembles through the speaker, followed by the faintest murmur of her name, Erin. She drops the phone instantly, her pulse hammering. The air thickens. The sound seems to continue, amplified through the empty room despite the receiver lying on the floor. Lights flicker overhead, warping into an unsettling rhythm that follows the echo of her name. Every bulb seems ready to burst, radiating with unseen pressure. Outside, rain begins to fall in a steady, muffled rhythm, as if mimicking the mechanical ring. Erin rushes to the window, the glass trembles slightly, responding to vibrations no human ear should detect. The neighbor's porch light sways in the storm, illuminating nothing but an endless sheet of black. She unplugs the phone completely, leaving only silence and her shallow breathing. But seconds later, the sound resonates, impossibly. The phone screams into life, louder this time, even as the twisted cable dangles dead on the floor. The sound feels alive, resonating within her bones. Panicking, she grabs her cell phone to call a friend, but the screen glitches, flickers, and resets repeatedly. Each attempt paints her reflection in broken pixels, face distorted. The house hums softly around her, alive with invisible current. Outside, lightning tears through the clouds, flooding the room in white light for a fraction of a second. In the flash, a human silhouette shimmers across the room, standing beside the unplugged phone. When darkness returns, the shape dissolves, gone without sound. Erin whispers to herself that it's stress, her mind playing tricks after long night shifts. She moves to the kitchen for water, but the moment she touches the faucet, her phone rings again from the living room. This time, the ring sounds closer, like it's right behind her. Turning slowly, she sees it, the rotary phone, now placed neatly on the counter though she left it elsewhere. The dial spins by itself, grinding out numbers, each rotation dragging with tension. Then, it stops, on number 4, and waits, as if awaiting acknowledgement. Erin watches, terrified, as condensation begins to form on the metal of the phone. The letters near each digit distort and rearrange, forming the word listen. The room drops several degrees colder, her breath visible. Something about the house itself feels sentient. She hesitates, then places the receiver to her ear again. The line is clearer now, the air thin but vibrant with low-frequency static. A man's voice, frail and echoing, says, "You shouldn't have come here." The words distort, glitching between frequencies like corrupted audio. Every instinct screams to run, but curiosity knots tightly in her chest. She asks, "Who are you?" Silence follows, and then, a reply. "I lived here. I never left." A faint tap echoes behind her, matching precisely with a sound coming through the phone. Erin turns toward the noise, flashlight trembling in her grip. Each beam reveals dust particles twisting through the air like ash. On the far wall, right above an old electrical socket, a handprint appears slowly, dark, wet, and human-sized. Shaking, she backs away, but the phone continues speaking without her holding it. Words distort, dates, names, strange geographic coordinates. The sound reverberates deeper now, leaking into the structure like water through cracks. Her cell phone vibrates violently in her pocket, displaying an incoming call from her own number. She answers, and hears the same static whispering her name again, over and over. The angles of the room seem to subtly shift, geometry bending slightly out of place. The unplugged rotary phone rings once more, but this time, it's not just ringing, the sound fluctuates, as if multiple voices are harmonizing underneath. Chilling, mechanical laughter dances beneath the tones, like the echo of a forgotten transmission. Desperate, Erin finds the breaker box and shuts off power to the entire house. Everything goes black, blessed silence washing over her. Then, impossibly, the phone rings again from the darkness, louder and purer than ever before. Her flashlight fails, the battery suddenly dead. Only pale moonlight filters through the curtains, illuminating the phone now glowing faintly with a soft green radiance. The digits spin on their own, slow and deliberate, as if counting down. 3 rings. Then 2. Then 1. A deep quiet floods the air, followed by the unmistakable sound of someone releasing a long sigh just a few feet behind her. Erin spins, only to find emptiness, but her reflection in the dark window doesn't move along with her. Panic fills her lungs, she bolts toward the front door. The knob refuses to turn, frozen solid, even as she pulls desperately. Behind her, the phone lifts slightly from the counter, hanging mid-air, the coiled wire tightening like a snake. Crashes to the floor with a deafening sound that rattles every dish. The pieces scatter, and yet the bell inside continues ringing softly from the debris, the fragments pulsing faintly as though powered by unseen energy. Erin screams and grabs her coat, fleeing into the rain. But even outside, through the storm, she hears it. That distinct ring, carried faintly through the wind, following her steps like a persistent predator. She jumps into her car, starts the engine, and speeds off down the slick road. The dashboard lights pulsate erratically, and the radio turns on by itself, broadcasting static, until a faint, hollow version of her voice hums through the speakers saying, "Answer me." Every streetlight she passes flickers out in sequence behind her, creating a trail of deepening darkness. The phone on the passenger seat, which she swears she left behind, begins to ring again, the same disconnected rotary tone. In her panic, she hurls it out of the window into the storm. It hits the asphalt, shattering, yet she still hears it ringing faintly in the distance, echoing through the rain-soaked streets like the echo of a nightmare. When she finally arrives at a friend's apartment building, drenched and shaking, she swears the phone's sound has faded. Relief comes in shallow breaths. She knocks repeatedly until the door opens, but the face waiting inside is hers. The duplicate smiles faintly, holding an old rotary phone. "You made it," the copy of her whispers, offering the device. Erin steps back, dizzy with terror, as the living room behind her begins to warp, folding backward like corrupted footage. The phone's dial ticks by itself again, faster now, spinning endlessly. The doppelganger fades into static particles, disintegrating while whispering, the line never disconnects. Erin stumbles backward into the hallway, her mind fracturing between realities. Every exit she tries leads her back to the same dark living room where the phone continues to ring. A low hum fills every corner, like a looping frequency. Shadows move independently from her body, lagging several seconds behind. Driven past reason, Erin picks up the receiver one last time. The voice that answers is her own, but colder, aged, mechanical. It tells her that she's been stuck inside the call since midnight, that reality ended when she picked up the first ring. The phone melts into silence. All sounds collapse into one low vibration that syncs perfectly with her heartbeat. The air feels compressed, time suspended, as reality begins dissolving like burnt film under a projector's flame. Police reports later mention a missing woman, last seen leaving her workplace. Her house, investigated days later, was entirely intact, except for an unplugged rotary phone resting on the table, freshly connected to the wall. Witnesses claim that occasionally, from that house on quiet nights, you can hear it. A phone's delicate ring echoing through the silent walls, and if you answer, a voice on the other end will whisper your name before the line cuts forever. To this day, no one has explained how the phone could function without power or connection. Some call it a supernatural echo, others blame quantum interference, a glitch in the matrix, looping voices of the lost. Yet, every theory ends with one truth: some calls never stop.